Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Azem, featuring Jade, Gwen Johnson.
Morning. Morning.
Hi, Valley.
I didn't give it a warning.
What?
Oh, wait.
I don't know where you're sitting down and hear Kevon mouth.
Now you're pulling random mics.
So what?
And
Just cuss me answer?
I said, you
We
didn't
have
give me a
to- we
warning.
have to-
I just over
we
here.
have to
I just said
put
Yeah,
the
Kevon
you
info.
mouth.
know we're really accustomed to people being over this early in the
People.
morning.
Oh, okay. No problem.
You're not a person, Amali?
Oh my
Church?
gosh.
Morning, friend.
Hey, you know, when O'Malley is a working man now? O'Malley come in here in fitted long jeans.
Oh, yeah, he got pants.
He got pants. I want. Okay.
He don't wear pants. It's
Priorities.
fine.
I'm really going on with the pum pum shots and stuff. I mean, understand?
Stop me, you're right.
That was the flex.
He looks so put together. Like,
I mean, understand
you know?
what's going on.
Yeah, I have to look this
Priorities.
Yeah, things change.
Yeah,
Things change.
yeah.
Nothing remains the same.
Nothing
I'm
remains the
shocked.
same. But yet, things will remain the same at the same time.
You understand?
Bye.
Bye.
It is
Oh,
what it is.
how are you guys? It is Oh, man, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, Jade.
I'm still in vacation.
Vacation mode?
Yes.
Wow.
Tuesday, aka Doomsday.
Why would it be doomsday?
Why can't I see Kevon face?
It all falls apart.
Why would it be doomsday?
I think we all know the answer to that question.
What's the answer? Actually, no, it's okay.
Jade,
See, I know. That's why I said it was okay.
I have a hot flash here.
I mean,
You having a hot flash?
Yeah,
I realize him and all the like
When
wiping
did
the
I
face.
turn on the AC?
it's very on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with all that's going on, like,
I would be sweating too.
I did just break out into cold sweats. Like,
Oh my gosh.
Is this stress?
I just break out into cold sweats. Like,
What a way to start this week, boy. Well,
hey, but okay, let's
the
let's,
working
ta-
week. The
let's
working
talk about the weekend. Sans all the news that it's over. Like, like what the weekend was like for y'all.
so wait, are we talking COVID conversation?
No,
Or
no,
just-
outside of the COVID conversation. 'Cause I got a feeling that can dominate everything else that can happen after this.
You have a feeling?
Sorry, I apologize.
Okay,
Right.
let me skip. But it's very hard to skip out those parts because those parts played a very important part to my weekend.
Ah,
So how will I dive? Okay, let me pick out. Most of it was spent with Chrissy. We just did things. Went to dinner with. We went to play on a beach.
Jay,
what?
Jay, so like you're doing illegal things?
That's what going on here.
No.
Trying to pick up the part of the story that she could talk
Yes,
about.
because
yeah, she
this is because I'm
treaded
trying not
lightly.
to talk about the big situation because as I said,
No,
that played
you're
a very
you're
important
omitting
part.
bad things.
And we ain't reached there yet, so I have to
Okay, okay.
skip.
Okay.
Okay, what else I
Dissect,
did?
dissect.
I painted my room.
You painted your room?
Again, I feel like
Yes, I finished.
Jade painting this room here since January, G.
Yeah, for sure. It wasn't in January, man, but I just took my time. My sweet time, but I'm finally finished.
In your defense, you have an international terrorist as a child.
Listen, you can't promote. Wait. Well, yours coming, Your time is coming.
It's not Shane live here. I'm gonna say a story. Come talk to your child. I'll just be like,
Sorry, me ain't got iPhone.
But when she
Yeah, FaceTime.
when she come from vacation and she just decided to pull down everything in daddy house.
She gave me Jaden.
Huh?
She gave me Jaden.
Who's that?
Your child.
Yeah, it play dates.
Let me tell you something. I watched over the weekend. Oh, I also watched this thing on BBC. Is BBC? Well, it was English, and it was about. I don't know. Meaning like England, not like we speak English.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
You're so stupid. And they were talking about big families, right? Ain't no way I could pay attention to 13 people at once.
Yeah.
No, but that is why. Look,
They pay attention to each other.
yes, the police each other. Like it's easy to do, Like
What?
people will be like, look, people will be like, how your teachers that control classes are like 30 people, right? You let the classes police itself. Just like you let the children police itself. If one child do something wrong, everybody get punished. Once that become the trend, nobody can do nothing wrong.
Yes,
Because
however,
when
these aren't our kind of families, you know. Like when I say these kids are doing what they want.
Because there's no consequences. Not from the parents, you know. But if bigger brother know, when little brother do nonsense,
And
bigger
for
brother got to pay. What about a scuff he can get?
Yeah, sure. That don't
The
happen.
amount of box in his belly and he ain't get
But that's what, whoa.
Oh, okay.
That was violent at them.
No, but that's
Is
what
that-
brothers do.
Did you sound like you so
It's
dark?
true, it's true.
You used to
hey.
beat your brother? You was the oldest, you know?
No,
It's a big
but
man.
Huh?
A lot.
I feel so too. You see how nice and casual he said that? I feel so.
no, but I'm just talking. That's the reality.
So he
That's
used
the
to.
reality.
Yeah.
For some
Yeah, older
people.
siblings bully the younger siblings. It's,
I never bullied mine.
Yeah, it's a thing. Yeah.
You have a younger sibling,
But
Jade?
you were the oldest though.
Many.
What?
I have 3. Younger siblings.
I know one. I know one.
when you thinking of people,
Wait, the one that ain't no older or younger?
Which one, you know?
Akian.
That's my older brother.
so you got 3 after you?
Oh, you live, you learn.
Wait, they all grew up in the same house?
2, 3. Yeah. No.
Oh, well, that's the problem, though.
Okay, then, yeah, you ain't gonna bully nobody you ain't live
No.
with. Like, come on.
That's true.
You wake up in the morning and drop a, like, a wrestling elbow. Them time WWE was hot too.
That was them was WWF.
But you know what? You are correct.
Yes,
And
it was
the reason why we're
WWF,
talking
yeah.
about all these things is because we have a lot of bad news today. So bear with us. Let us get this
Yeah,
off
so
our
we're just
chest.
trying to excite
But-
ourselves.
Wait, no. I wanted to tell you
We're
how
trying to
why.
fool ourselves for a minute.
But stick a pin in everything because I feel like it's important. No. I think it's important for us before we get down the road there to
Say
just
why am I here?
we'll just officially say happy
Oh,
anniversary
yes.
to Island Tea.
It's our birthday. Let me play the
Yes.
birthday song.
Oh man.
Which birthday song we playing?
Just skip over the whole thing, man.
Start to talk about your pants and so.
I said.
Just attack me immediately.
One time
said-
after
Yeah,
that,
Jade.
Let me say
Jade
Look how
just
smooth Azem
she
just
derailed
passed
she
over,
derailed
you
the
know?
conversation.
off the bat by
Look
one
how
time.
smooth as him just like. Wow. What make that have so much birthday songs?
There are hundreds of them.
Which one to pick as him? Which one to pick? Y'all the music.
Anyone,
May I afraid to put
in the interest of time.
No, what the one we just usually play?
Happy birthday. The Minions one.
Okay.
Play it one time for the birthday,
You see?
2 times for the birthday, man.
I have no idea.
I have no idea either. I feel like this is going to go
It's,
terribly
it's,
wrong. I'm
it's
like,
already going south.
I'm not just sing.
No.
But you were singing anyway.
I was telling you what to play.
Which one to
Oh.
play?
The trap one.
Yeah, I was
I
supposed
think
to
this,
play
I
the
think
trap
this
one.
from City Girls, I believe.
Oh,
I don't
You
know
could play the clean version, though.
yeah.
Clean. Please be clean.
Yeah, be clean, but we ain't get.
Man,
Trap
But,
remix.
wait, stop.
I think it's this one.
Yeah, that's the one we usually play. Yeah. Emily,
They always do.
I miss him.
Travis just asked me. He said, me, you made back your work?
No, but to be honest, I think the day one listeners know exactly
Yeah.
what's going on. Like, remember,
I don't
Amali
think
was
so.
remember they were here. He was here begging for the longest while to get buyout,
And it worked.
and it worked.
Congratulate. We have to officially congratulate you on the air.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, because people
Team
actually thought I fired you. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, no.
No, he got an offer he can't refuse.
It was an area resume. It was an area resume.
Team, you can buy me out.
For Joe?
What do you think man come in and be garbage shot?
They bought my silence.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh. How does it feel?
Huh?
How does it feel?
I feel like a whore.
Cheap, bought, used. But we have a call on the line. Caller, good morning.
Good morning. Isn't this a wonderful day?
It is.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Happy
Thank
anniversary.
And then
you.
my good friend Amali is there.
Yes, yes.
But there's never anything bad about what happens. There's always some good, you know?
Silver lining.
Yes. So you all continue to be strong. And the one you talk about with the class, I used to do that in Bassett High School, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of them like to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And all I would look at my watch and say, look, I'm a Christian, right? The period is 40 minutes or 80 minutes, and I want to teach my whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So, anybody talk and disturb the class, so I will be adding it to your break.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take up 5 minutes, you're going to spend 5 minutes here with me.
Mm-hmm.
I say, boy, hush. Why you want to go, you know? The thumping and pinching, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
It works.
Yes.
All right, then.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, big up to all the people on the live who admitting that they used to give their brother heartbreakers and so.
Yeah, that ain't
Stone Cold Stunners.
Stunners. How much stunners you done your younger sibling? A lot of
I've
them.
never.
Listen.
Too many to count. Kevon used to get them.
It's a traumatizing. Yeah. You know.
I just think probably used to mash you up, eh?
But, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Father.
listen, being the youngest, right? Stressful, you know?
Can't
Especially
relate.
if you have a lot of siblings.
Can't relate.
Neither me.
But I'll just take you.
You know,
word
it's
for
the
it.
worst. You know, it's the worst
Ask
part.
Kevon.
when the worst part of it all is when you walk, you're just there, and then you see that elbow tap. When you see that elbow tap.
Oh yeah.
Because you know what's coming next, and it's too late to move.
Oh,
So,
yeah, I used to. Oh, Lord. They used to terrorize you, know, Fernie?
Oh, boy, I love it. Hey, you know the best part is
Oh.
the best part is like when you see like me and my brother, we what 3 years 10 months apart, something like that.
A Lord.
So it's like it ain't that far.
I just think that's yeah, had much years of like
No.
extra bullying.
No, but what happened, Jade? It gets sweet when you hit puberty, right? And he's still coming up. So now you just got all this extra power.
And then 3 years later, he hit puberty, and then all of a sudden, he's a worthy opponent.
Yes, yes.
Equal now.
No, by that time we mature. We don't fight. Come on.
Oh,
Yeah, we mature now.
Listen, you know,
Like that's so childish. That's so childish.
You gave me years and years of this, and now all of a sudden it's childish. All of a sudden, because two of us hit
We've
puberty.
grown.
Yeah, come on, you're mature, Jade. But the thing about it is, it works both ways, eh? Because what happens is, the older brothers now become the terrorists to your friends them when they're trying to trouble you.
Yep.
So,
Okay,
so
so-
it's an actual threat now. Where you say going from my older brother, cause like now he got beards.
it's a trade-off. It's a trade-off.
That used to
Yeah.
happen for real. Like,
Mm.
that used to happen with my younger siblings, especially.
Yeah. One time I see some fellas bang my brother, I had no idea what was going on. I just run in with flying jump kick, and it was just like, we just playing. But I ain't look like playing to me, or
No,
like.
they were playing for you?
So they say, but that didn't look like playing to me. I know I wasn't playing. I flying jump kick by them times the karate was in style too.
I was just assault the people children for nothing.
Well, I play now too. That's all.
I probably would have never want to play with you, buddy.
Bye. I play, you play, we all play the game. We all have fun.
Exactly. You know, it's just games. Pure, no safety, just pure vibes.
Oh
I want
boy.
to check to see if like we have other things to talk about.
No.
There's a lot going on, you know.
No, I know, but we have.
No, I mean outside of like the obvious. Like this weekend, I just kept watching the news and just thinking to myself, "Wow,
Yeah, a lot.
what are we even here for? What is people?
What is the purpose of
The
this?
people in the Congo, like the volcano just erupt on them. You see that?
In the middle of a yes, for
Bro.
real.
As in my stop watch news,
Oh,
You might as
probably
well.
good for your mental health.
yeah, I only watch Netflix and Amazon Prime Video.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Listen, I watched some of those videos. Like, why? What is the purpose of this? Little lava just running down to people's house,
Bro. it-
and a random
no one?
spider.
No, apparently they were looking at
Oh
it
my
and
gosh.
taking measurements, and then they stopped, and then it erupted.
Yes.
That's what happened. That's what happened in the
Where would you
article.
stop?
I think they're saying that they suspected that it was
Dormant?
No, that he was he was showing some activity, and then it calmed down for a while or whatever, right? So they kind of backed away until it was like it's like the volcano was just like gotcha, gotcha.
So they wasn't paying attention to like Vinci, because I mean, this was recent. This wasn't like
the Congo. The Congo thing was like Saturday.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
but like,
that
why
just
would you
happened.
stop? Like everybody else monitors theirs until they're like,
Yeah, they thought they were at that point, and then the volcano just doubled back.
what? Were we on it for real? Like, what's the purpose?
Yeah, I think it's a joke. Let me read.
What's the purpose of this? None of this makes sense. Because every day is something just randomly happening
Watch
to,
it,
to
right?
some place in the world. Like bombs still happening, people still being bombed. Like we still
Mass shootings still happening though.
we still dealing with
The
corona.
amount of mass shootings this weekend too, right?
Yeah, that was
Listen,
it's
I
been
fed
a
up.
lot.
This ain't it.
The amount of
This ain't it for real.
Oh, okay. Let me see. There's an update on the Congo situation. It killed at least 32 people.
What?
Wow. Wow. Yeah, my eye.
You can imagine dying from liquid magma.
No.
I actually can't imagine that. either.
No.
Let me see.
And I don't want to either.
Wow. With little warning, Mount Nairagongo,
Yes.
yeah,
Sounds correct.
turned the dark sky fiery red Saturday night and then spewed torrents of lava into villages, destroying more than 500 homes, officials and survivors said. Oh, the toll Monday increased from 22 to 32 and was likely to continue rising. Oh my gosh.
But this just happened.
More than a dozen people died in car accidents while trying to escape. Yo.
So that's
That's a scene straight out of a movie, by.
Boss. Yo.
Right?
this is a lot. And unfortunately,
That's wild, B.
That's
That's crazy, cuz.
We have to take a break anyway because we have to talk some trash. So,
Oh,
well,
yes.
y'all.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Before you do that, just
Don't
to
make it worse. Azem.
no, just to clarify what was happening. Scientists at the Volcano Observatory weren't able to adequately warn the public of the eruption because of a funding cut. Let's take a break.
Wow.
No, that's Wildy.
Oh my God.
Currently, there are rumors and falsified reports circulating on social media about the novel coronavirus. For accurate information and updates, visit the Instagram and Facebook page of the Health Promotion Unit or the Ministry's YouTube channel at St Kitts Health Promotion Unit or St Kitts HPU. You may also visit online the World Health Organization or the Caribbean Public Health Agency. For further contact information, please contact the Ministry of Health for more info at 467-1172 or 467-1108. You can also be sure to follow the news to get the local COVID-19 updates. Let's all try to remain healthy and well. This is a message from the Ministry of Health and the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA.
The Solid Waste Management Corporation, SWMC, is working hard each and every day to keep St. Kitts clean. Our primary mandate is to collect household waste while maintaining the engineer sanitary landfill in Connery. While it is the responsibility of businesses to see to it that their garbage is properly collected and disposed of at the landfill, the SWMC offers a commercial waste disposal service with our Nosy program. We also offer a bin rental service where persons can rent large bins to do community cleanups or other waste disposal activities. Additionally, our headquarters in Taylor's Range include state-of-the-art conference rooms for rental. So when you're hosting another event, consider using the SWMC conference facilities. We want to continue serving you by keeping our environment clean. Because at the SWMC, Waste Matters. For more information, call our office at 465-9507.
If you say you love your little dear country, try to do something positively. Be a watchdog for the environment. Don't leave everything to the government. We dump our garbage anywhere, lit on the streets everywhere. Our behavior is telling me that we really don't care. Take some pride in your country, volunteer to clean where it's dirty. Tourism development needs a healthy environment. Whenever we litter, we threaten our survival. So those who engage in it should be treated like criminals. So don't be afraid at all if they call you an informer. Report those who endanger our future. So if you really love this blessed land, this situation demands attention. Think about the future generation. Do what we can to preserve this island. The laws for littering we must enforce. We have to let justice take its course. If you are a proud citizen, you have the right, you have a reason to save this land from destruction. You have an obligation to become involved in anything which affects this nation.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves. And it is time to jump into Talking Trash. Welcome and good morning.
Good morning to everyone. Good morning. And welcome again to another episode of Talking Trash. Today is the 25th of May, 2021. I hope you had a wonderful holiday yesterday, in spite of, my God. Okay, if this is your first time tuning in,
I like that.
I am elated to welcome you to this show. Talking Trash is a weekly presentation of information and education and is aired every Tuesday morning right here on WINN FM 98.9. I am your host, Anita Lake, collection manager at Solid Waste Management. And at Solid Waste, you know, we deal with the generation, the collection, separation, storage, transportation, treatment, and disposal of solid waste here in St. Kitts. But before I go into the program, I have just an announcement to make. Solid Waste would like to inform all persons, including pickers, who wishes to enter the landfill to report all businesses to the security hut before entering. All COVID-19 protocol must be adhered to. So you just can't drive in anymore. You have to report to the security hut. Okay, let's get right to it. And yes, remember you can call us with your concern or suggestion, or just to be a part of the conversation. So, yeah. Okay, today we'll be looking at ways to reduce solid waste. Ways to reduce solid waste. You know, education is a critical tool for behavioral changes. And my job this morning is to educate by providing information and to raise awareness of the challenges the landfill faces during this COVID-19 pandemic. It is understood that the nature of COVID-19 crisis is different from any of the economic crises the world has seen any time recently. However, Effective disposal of solid waste, including plastic waste, cannot be compromised at the pretext of COVID crisis. It would be late to wait until the end of the pandemic to effectively heed to the rules that must be followed. And the required changes would only be possible if the principle of refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, and repair is embraced by all. The well-known quote, "Every crisis bring along an opportunity," often get quoted during crisis time. However, policymakers should be acumen enough to seize such opportunity from an impassive object like single-use plastic from thriving and multiplying on an unprecedented scale. Excuse me. Importance of the 5R waste has become a big challenge for the environment, landfill, and human in modern times. Our landfill, our water bodies, our grassland, our fields, in our public spaces, all of them are being affected by the waste we discard. So at this time, we are going to look deeper at the significance of the 5 R's. And before you begin, refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, and repair. These are known as the importance of waste management. It is important that you know that. The concept of the 5R is to decrease the amount of things we use and simultaneously also decrease the amount of things we throw away. Since we have limited space on this earth that God created to dispose waste, it is important to use the resources efficiently and create less waste. The 5 R's play an important role in solving the problem which can arise out of wrong waste management habits. So we're going to look at refuse. Whenever and wherever possible, choose items that are not packaged in plastic. Again, I repeat, whenever and wherever possible, choose items that are not packaged in plastic. And carry your own bags. We've been preaching this time and time again, not just us, but I've heard other programs speak to it. Carry your own bags. Sometimes I myself do forget, but when it hits me, I remember one time I going shopping and something just pricked me. You don't have your own bag. Mm-hmm. And I turned right around and I went home and get my bag. Yeah. Because I have to practice what I preach.
Yeah, whatever say in the store, they turn a plastic bag.
Plastic bag. Exactly. So I went home and I got my bag. Maybe if you could take your containers, wherever possible. If you could take your own plates. It might sound ridiculous to some, but the truth is, refusing will eliminate most of your waste and your garbage. Ask question, why are we purchasing this item? Or why do we need this? For instance, make a personal commitment to say no to plastic straws. Whenever ordering a drink, politely request no straw. I don't need a straw. You order a drink, people order the food from KFC and then they put straws and all kind of thing in the bag. Just simply tell them, don't send me no straws. Because it means more pollution, more garbage in the house. If my drink is coming, I don't bother need no straw. So, you just could politely say no straws, please. As such, plastic are not recyclable and are harmful to the environment. Yes, we want easy life, but it is coming with a cost. And the cost is harm to the environment. So refusing such things which are not necessary, we end up harming us and nature. Let me look at reduce. Reduce or reduction. To make something smaller or use less. Result in a smaller amount of waste. The less waste you have in your house, it better it is for you and for the environment and for the landfill. I mean, it's like everything we throw away, every single thing we throw away. Waste reduction simply means reducing the things that we use and only consume when it is necessary. This way, the amount of waste that is created in the end is reduced and avoid going to the landfill. This also reduces the pressure on natural resources, which are utilized in treating the waste, as well as natural resources which are required to manufacture the new things. Reducing things that we use can also save a lot of money since we stop buying the product entirely. For instance, we can reduce the consumption of plastic bottles and instead carry a steel bottle or a reusable bottle to work. Or if we're going out, this will avoid sending all these used bottles to the landfill. Avoid all these used bottles.
And it tastes so good.
Exactly.
It tastes so good.
Okay,
Don't taste the plastic in your water.
I wish they could see you with your...
Oh, they can. They can.
They can? Oh, good. All right? And so we have to be mindful of these things. Reuse is a practice of using something again and again and again. I remember my grandmother used to say, put it back on. But mommy, granny, I just put it back on. Mom. My mother goes, put it back on. You wear that dress last week Sunday, and you don't want to wear it this Sunday, but she's going to say to you, put it back on.
Just so.
You could cry blood. Put it back on. She mean what she says. And so this can be done to use the product for its original purpose or to fulfill a different function. Reusing a product more than once benefit us as well as the environment. Reusing also help in saving time, money, energy, and resources. For example, there are glass jars at home in the kitchen. These jars are used multiple times after being emptied. Old books, old textbook can be used by other people after being used once. I have books home for my daughter's school. And I know there are persons who could have reused those same books. And so many times, as soon as the school send out a book list, instead of we trying to source an old book from someone who just graduated, just come out of school, instead we run and we're going to buy a new book. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what we're saying, those books can be reused. If we reuse them, it will help. It will help you save money. It will help the environment. Use clothes. All these things help you save money, time, and energy. All right? And sometimes you get a gift, nicely packaged, and you could reuse the gift wrap. You could reuse the gift wrap, but instead we rip it apart and throw it away. But you can reuse that same gift wrap. It might sound cheap, but yes, it will save you money, and yes, it will help the environment. Right? So even children ties, even ties.
The gift wrap is the tie.
Exactly. The tie in the gift wrap, right? I'm saying that so many times, every Christmas, we think it's okay to run and buy a tie for a child. And the truth is, yes, we want to make them feel good. Yes, we want to make them feel happy and enjoy the Christmas with gifts. But the truth is, do they really need, is money we throwing away? And these are things, which we should take into consideration. And recycling is one of the key components in waste management system. It is a process of converting waste material into new material and objects. It is a practice of reprocessing and reusing the item in the same or different form which otherwise could have been discarded always as waste. And this process saves a lot of time, it saves energy and resources also, and money. I saw somebody recycle what do they call it, Leo? A bike. I don't know if you notice nowadays, instead of trying with the bike, they put a motor on the bike.
Oh,
they put in these motors on the bike now, so they look like motorbike. I mean, they sound like motorbike.
Right.
But it just shows you how people are coming up with creative.
How to be resourceful.
Yes, how to be resourceful, coming up with creative things. And so, if we stop and think, I think we're so full speed going. But if we stop and think and look at what we have in our homes, yeah.
But Miss Lake, we have a call on the line. Caller, good morning. You're live on Talking Trash.
Good morning. All she's saying there is all well and good. But the garbage that hasn't been collected at Lower Taylor's Range for 2 weeks must be reused also. We need them collected in the morning. Please, tomorrow is garbage day. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks the caller. Thank the caller. Caller, I thank you for calling with that. The truck cannot get into an area when there are obstructions. We keep going into that area, asking persons to remove the vehicle out of the area. We don't want to leave no one's garbage. We don't enjoy leaving people garbage. Not one bin. When these guys come back to the office and we ask them how was it, how things went, and they had to say, well, we had to leave this because such a thing. It pains us because we don't want to leave people garbage out here. Our job, our mandate is to keep the country clean.
We have another call.
Okay.
We have another caller. Caller, good morning. You're live on Talking Trash.
Morning.
Morning.
Mr. Lake, I want to engage you in something you said last week about illegal dumping on the aquifer in terms of when guys emptying their concrete trucks.
Yes.
You said the concrete water can contaminate the groundwater in the aquifer.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So you are agreeing then that the high school should not be built on the aquifer because several tons of concrete would be dumped as foundation for the buildings. So you're therefore agreeing with person then that the high school should not be dumped and the high school should not be built on the aquifer then. Is that what you're saying? And do you agree with what I said?
All right, so I'm not privy to what you're saying. However, though, we take all those into consideration. And, of course, person have their views and opinion. So I understand where you're coming from. But construction water definitely is harmful to the environment. And all these things cause cancer. And we drink in the water some point or the other. So I understand. Okay.
We have another caller. Caller, good morning. You're live on Talking Trash. What's up?
Yes, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
And the good sound of my voice. It is in burgers. Yeah, I just want everybody know. Cheers. Yesterday I went on the beach for a little, chill. And I don't understand our people, we people, like, you're going beach, you're leaving from home with your little food, your snacks, whatever. You know how much people I see dump what they were eating just literally on the beach? So I asked, I saw someone do it and I pulled them up. I said, why you do that? They ain't gonna good conversation to say why they do that. Who you come with? Me parent them. So what you didn't take that plate where you're eating out there and walk with it to your parent them which by the beach and put it in a garbage bag. It's like nothing like who is teaching our children them?
Right.
And I see more than one person do it. Big people are not doing this thing. So it's what the big people them do is what the children them gonna follow. I mean, just literally clean up the beach when they don't eat. With a little plastic bag or a little garbage bag you walk with, before you go out the house, teach the children them, wherever you go, do not try it down, walk back with it and put it in the garbage bag, and then you carry it home and let the garbage bin go with it. The garbage bin go with it.
Right.
I mean, we got to teach the youth them. I hate to see these things. Anyway, I'll give somebody else a chance. Give thanks.
Okay, caller, thank you. Thank you for calling in with that. That is something we keep preaching. I don't know. Yes, and then we want to continue on our 5 hours, and we look at repair. These days, we find it easy to buy a new product than to repair and use an existing product. And this is true especially with electronic goods like mobile phones, domestic appliances. You know, I the other day my fan went, and I decided I'm not gonna buy no more fans. And I sat down and I, play with the thing. I went inside, opening up the fan. You might be surprised to know I got it fixed.
What?
It was just 2 little wire that was, let go inside the fan. And I took them and I joined them together and I taped it, and my fan started again.
What a thing.
And I'm saying this, I mean, sometimes...
I got 2 fan home for you, Wait till after the show.
Oh my God, I might get a job then.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but I'm saying that, these are little things that we can do for ourselves. We can repeal stuff. Instead of just quickly throwing them away, we can repeal. And so, this is true. Like I said, mobile phone. The other day again, my God, my phone went bad and it just wouldn't come on. And what did I do? I went on YouTube and put in why my phone is not coming on.
You see this technology?
And it showed me exactly what I could do. And there goes my phone working again.
What?
So I am saying, I mean,
them they do.
These are little things that we can do for ourselves, which can last a long time if repair when necessary. Reducing, reusing, recycling decrease both the demands of natural resources as well as the rate at which they are consumed. Fewer resources are used and supply that's limited are conserved. In addition, less waste is generated. I mean, we have to really be mindful that, yes, St. Kitts is a small place, and after the landfill get filled up, we have to go resource another area for landfill, because landfill is not something you can just start all over again. You had to take years upon years before that area can be, used again. And so we are, encouraging persons to, be mindful of the amount of waste that you're generating. There are ways in which you can do things for yourself. If you don't know, technology right there at our hands, we can just use them and find out how to do things, And the amount of garbage we buried, oh Lord.
Wow. And the thing that's interesting to me about what you're saying is that it's just these little things, right? Just little adjustments here and there could go a long way, especially if more and more people made the adjustments. So it's not something that is impossible to really see a big impact just from some small changes in behavior.
Right. Reducing our reliances on plastic is a serious matter. I just want to emphasize that, and then I will close. Thinking about the ways to reduce that independence call for some creativity, but also just plain common sense and listening to one's conscience. Lifestyle today are difficult to change, and everything we do is influenced, ironically, by our own need to survive. So most of us are always in a rush and end up nowhere. And up until now, at a large degree, plastic and still more plastic added to the convenience of us managing just fine. I'm just saying, but as we continue along this road, our carbon footprints increases drastically every year. And in doing this, we may think otherwise. For now, it is making a negative impact on the landfill as well as unsightly look around our surroundings. So tossing more plastic into our waste disposal unit every year just adds to more hazards and dangerous outcome. I'm going to close now because time forbids. I just want to thank you, and we'll continue on this conversation next week. And feel free, call in. Thank you for listening. God bless.
All right, guys, that was Talking Trash right here on WINN FM. You know, I'm doing Island Tea every Tuesday morning from 8:30 to 9. I think we're going to bring back Miss Lake to do what's working for you. If it's not, I'll fix it.
Talking tech.
Talking tech. Oh, I like it. I like it. We're going to be right back with more LNT right after this.
All right, then. Take care.
All right.
If you say you love your little dear country, try to do something positively. Be a watchdog for the environment. Don't leave everything to the government. We dump our garbage anywhere, lit on the streets everywhere. Our behavior is telling me that we really don't care.
The Solid Waste Management Corporation, SWMC, is working hard each and every day to keep St. Kitts clean. Our primary mandate is to collect household waste while maintaining the engineered sanitary landfill in Connery. While it is the responsibility of businesses to see to it that their garbage is properly collected and disposed of at the landfill, the SWMC offers a commercial waste disposal service with our Nosy program. We also offer a bin rental service where persons can rent large bins to do community cleanups or other waste disposal activities. Additionally, our headquarters in Taylor's Range include state-of-the-art conference rooms for rental. So when you're hosting another event, consider using the SWMC conference facilities. We want to continue serving you by keeping our environment clean. Because at the SWMC, waste matters. For more information, call our office at 465-9507.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, and it is still Tuesday, May 25th, the 1-year anniversary of the show that terrorizes the airways nonstop.
Indeed. But
and what do we also do? We have to go and point out too before, because Jade spoiled it, and she went down tangent. But we also have to point out that we brought back the master terrorist for the 1-year anniversary of the show.
They could see Kevon, maybe I spoil it.
People on the radio can't see.
Yeah, but ain't nobody got to.
And I can't see Kevon.
Oh. Yeah.
And we know why, because it's Jade's fault. Always and forever.
When in doubt. But thank you very much, Your Excellency. It's very good to be here. It's quite nostalgic and magical.
Yes, indeed. Oh, today is also a very special day for another reason. Today is African Liberation Day.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah, today is African Liberation Day. Okay. So
when I forgot to wear my locks.
I was supposed to wear them with a chic, yeah? But
with a black pearl necklace?
Yeah, but the truth is I was actually not able to wear it because I'm standing in solidarity with the people of St. Peter's and not washing any clothes.
Amen.
Yeah.
Y'all can't see, but I'm shocked under my mask.
You're shocked?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're washing clothes.
I'm bathing still, let us say washing no clothes.
How are you bathing?
Sure.
Well,
like the people with a bucket?
Oh, no.
Oh, plastic bottles?
No. My solidarity and has its limits.
See, that's another
you
thing
will,
that you can
stand,
reuse plastic bottles.
Yeah. Hey, plastic bottles saving the world right now, right?
Yeah, because right now you need to be catching water to shower, to brush your teeth.
Imagine having to go to your couple. For what?
That's happening also.
Wow. But yeah, today is African Liberation Day, people. So just encouraging everybody to, take a minute.
And emancipate yourself from mental slavery.
Indeed, continue doing so. But really reflect on what it means to be African, what it means to have ancestors who would have fought against colonialism, cultural erasure, all these things. And celebrate all the things that make us African.
I need some ital today.
Normal.
We have to shout out our caller that always calls to talk about
Africa Man. Let's call him Africa Man because we don't know his name is.
Yeah, yes. we've never got.
Today is your day, sir.
Yes. Salute you today.
Today is your day. Yeah. Celebrate yourself.
We ain't even talking about George Floyd.
Everybody.
We're just talking about what you want to talk about today. Well, currently, because we have to talk about other things.
Is there a schedule still on the show? Like.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
What is that?
I didn't send it to you. It's a surprise for you.
No, I was asking.
No, Jade, you lied. There is no schedule.
There's none today. Jade decided that because of the weekend that we had,
we just wing it.
We just wing it. As a matter of fact, this is the first wing it we've had. This is the first wing it we've had, right?
I actually was going to wing it, but then I sent her back up just in case.
We can wing it, so I just haven't opened it.
But fellas, even when Jade used to send schedule, you still used to wing it.
Lies.
Just totally ignore.
You.
Jade used to be like, next story, come on, is like, no.
That's not winging it, that's just...
Disregard? And disrespect?
No, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's how we do it.
Oh, boy.
It's okay.
Okay, man. Sing a song for Joseph.
Yeah, Jake got things on it for two. No.
I told you I had a backup. Just in case.
Oh, boy.
Oh dear.
But Kevon come like he in like an esteemed room in the house.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Like he's in a study.
Yes.
Yeah.
That me here.
It's actually
actually Kevon.
That me here nice house.
No.
When the house got a study.
No, Kevon can change the scene to exactly what we need for what we're about to talk about.
I'm just about to say, please, let's go to that.
One moment.
Character.
Changing.
Let's do this.
Hold.
Can you make yourself be behind the desk of the US president? Like in the Oval Office?
Possibly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I'm changing my scene to suit the situation. There we go. Right. So let's talk COVID.
Sanitize your hand.
It's not working, Jade. I tried to. Look at this. Look.
Everything falling apart. Everything.
It's not coming out. This is sabotage, you know. What is the hit?
I just want to say just open it.
Yeah, Kevon.
I shouldn't have to.
I know.
As you were saying.
So let's just start off with our nation's numbers for vaccinations. I think that's a safe place to start. So we are now, as of Monday the 24th of May, we are at first dose 49.4% of the target population, and second dose 18.1% of the target population. We slow and steady, I guess. So far we've administered a total of 22,278 doses. Split that up, you have St Kitts batch 16,810, Nevis batch 5,468. Fully vaccinated persons are almost 6,000. So, yeah. So that's where we are vaccine-wise.
Hello.
No, something in my throat.
Right. Jade. Jade.
Oh, Rhoda.
BY pass alright, my cat.
Wow.
We have to quarantine this room now.
I think it's a piece of popcorn.
You quarantine the room. The room is quarantine. He can't come out in there till next month.
14 days.
Friend.
Oh, okay. I have to sing the song over because I was given a 3 out of 10.
Oh yeah, we can't have that. We can't have that today.
A 1.
Wow.
A 2. A 1.
Joseph ain't playing with me today, boy.
Okay.
No,
but
see,
that was worse. But
hey, but yeah, this whole thing is
what whole thing?
The whole situation we're having now with a few corona cases popping up in the community.
Whose community?
In the community.
Kevon, you want to tell them what situation we currently dealing with? Just in case they were, on vacation this weekend and didn't realize.
Yeah. So since you were in Utopia, just in case you're in Utopia this weekend, St Kitts is currently dealing with a situation of, dare I say, community spread. I don't know if it's been deemed community spread as yet, but
it's spreading in the community.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. So originally, it started off with a worker of a hotel, being tested and was positive for COVID. Follow-up tests were then done, and it was then disclosed that a traveler from Argentina who is currently in quarantine is basically like patient zero in St. Kitts, and that is where the hotel worker would have caught COVID from. Subsequently, another hotel worker who was not only in contact with the traveler, but the initial hotel worker who was positive, so number 47, 46? 6 or 7?
46 was the hotel worker, and 47 was the...
Yeah, 46. Yeah. So, and then it all kind of goes down here from there. Hundreds of tests have been done since then, and we are now up to... Hold on, I'm going to give you the actual number. So, we are now up to 15 active cases as of May 24th, yesterday. This is an update as of 8:30 p.m. We added 6 additional cases to what we have, which brings us up to 15 active cases.
Yeah.
As such, all schools have been closed. All primary and secondary schools have been closed for 2 weeks. And we just started asking the public to be mindful. If you're experiencing any type of symptoms, please stay home. Call one of the hotlines, let them know you're experiencing whatever symptoms. They will be able to guide you accordingly from there, or call your doctor, let them know. Just don't show up to places. I think that's the big takeaway. Don't just show up to the hospital because you don't know who's going, call in advance so people can prepare to receive you just in case you might be COVID positive.
Yeah, I think that is important now for us to really adhere to the protocols. I think we had been lapsed for some time, and I remember we had that situation where a few months back when the flu kind of just ran around the place, and we were like
super easily, no effort.
I think what's been interesting to me about this entire episode is the realization that in St. Kitts, you're never more than maybe 4, 5, 6 degrees of separation from everybody.
From everybody.
Right.
It's at a point now where somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who live with somebody who have it, and it's only like 15 people who have it.
Yeah, and it's a very small country. We know everybody, so
yeah. And the interaction is it's easy to trace back yourself to thing. Oh, I go to church with somebody who sister boyfriend is one of them who died. My daughter go to school with one of the like these kind of things. I went to a workshop with such and such and such, and I think that's why it's so important for us to really recognize the potential for this to get very tense.
Speaking of tense, over the last few days there's been heated debate as to what the PM should do as it relates to shutting down or what. So where do you all stand on that?
Okay, I've seen these debates, right? Kevon, I think.
Let me make a quick comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Dr. Wilkinson made a great point at the last press briefing, and he said that we can't just always default to a lockdown. We cannot just do that every time there's a situation. We need to learn to be a little bit more responsible, and we need to be a little bit more cautious, because a lockdown, while it makes sense, it can't just be the fail-safe. Like, it can't just be, COVID lockdown. It costs a lot, and not in terms of money, but it costs a lot to lock down.
But bro, like, my thing is, like, we have to recognize where we're at now versus where we were last year, March.
Right.
Like, we're at a point where we did not know a lot about the disease, right? We didn't know what incubation periods. There was information coming out about effects, how transmissible it was, like who were the people most at risk. All these things were questions we were having at the time, right? And so all these things would have impacted the decisions that were being made at the time. We're in a different place now. We have more information. We have a vaccine, right? We also have things in place to facilitate measured responses. So, for instance, closing down the school, no difference to closing down school later, because we've already developed the online platform where children could go and thing. We like businesses now, even if a parent has to stay home with a child, a lot of businesses would have had people who would have been working from home prior. So this is not like reinventing the wheel, right? I do believe that because of all these other things, it makes sense to have a measured response. Like, it's a measured response. That's what's going on. So if you recognize that certain communities may be more at risk, then you deal with that community, you try to isolate, and as more information comes forward, then you act accordingly. Like, that's been my whole thing. Like, act based on the knowledge that you have, right? Before we acted because we didn't have knowledge. We didn't have any knowledge, so we had to go to the max to avoid anything. But no, when we have more knowledge, we have more ways to combat. Like, I'm really, to be honest, I was looking at the press briefing, and this is the first time, I was telling you guys, this is the first time I really decided to look at the comments. Really, it kind of happened by accident. And I am gravely disappointed.
You never read it.
I am gravely disappointed.
On any press briefing, on any PM speech, don't read the comments.
The thing that was crazy to me, right, was that the people that are most vocal on these, like in the chat section, kind of skew towards one type of positioning, right?
Yeah, one type of narrative.
Yeah, it's like you don't have this balance, right? Because, for instance, I remember, I was looking at this thing, right? People cussing them because they're not wearing masks. And I'm thinking to myself, everybody in there fully vaccinated.
Everything you just said, right, is accurate and correct and 100% and on point. However, there's another side to this coin, which is the side that you're talking about is the fact that the authorities now have a wealth of information that they can use to aid them in decision making. But the other side of the coin is we have a population that doesn't care.
Yep.
Yeah.
A massive portion of the population
that is either anti-vax or
hesitant,
or don't care, or don't know, or just ignorant.
Comfortable in ignorance.
Right?
Yeah.
So while we can sit here and say, yes, the CMO and Cameron and Abias and them and actually has information and they can take things in strides as information comes and they move to plan B, plan C, plan D. While they're taking time to figure out which plan to move to, people are moving around. So when they say, okay, we have 2 students at BHS, for example, that has the virus, let us isolate them and test their surroundings. While tests are being done, while we're waiting on results, people have been going to the beach and going to Vice Beach Bar and
then going shopping and all kind of things.
Which is why.
And then you know what? The sad part is those are the same people that's going to jump on these NEOC briefings and cuss. Why is this happening? Y'all let this happen. No, I mean, they're trying their best, but at this end of the day, they're speaking to humans that have free will. And if you just do what you want with that free will, I'm be irresponsible. This is the situation we gotta be in.
That is why I think it was Friday, I said, yes, I understand why they stopped parties, but letting bars and all these things just be open. When people literally, listen, when people hear or suspect or feel like we're going into a lockdown, you know what they're doing? They're going outside to try and party for the last because they know.
Yeah, trying to get the partying in.
And there's something we spoke about a few months ago to Bailey, which is the fact, is the whole prohibition concept.
Yeah.
When you mandate that you can't have events are illegal, what you do now is you force people to have underground events
and
that you have no control or track and can't track.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't believe that would ever stop, and that's the sad part. And if
it won't stop, but it will increase. Whereas if I have an event, if I had an event on Saturday, for example, I would have a guest log, and Jade and Kevon and you would have been at my event. But because my event is cancelled, Jade and Kevon and Azem are now forced to go to somebody's backyard that has no log.
Yeah, but you see, that's Jade and Azem and Kevon's decision to go to somebody's backyard. As a matter of fact.
And they will go, that's my argument.
And the thing is, I remember, like, and I'll give you before an example, Saturday night, can't sleep, like I wonder if it's a karaoke going on, like, if there's a big karaoke going on the road, I don't know what going on. Like.
So we cancelled. So the Cromwell announced that over 100 and something events were cancelled. Events that would have had a guest log, that would have done temperature checks, and they replaced by 100 events that didn't have anything.
Yeah. That is why it didn't make any sense to me to say, yeah, y'all could have free will, do whatever y'all want, but go to.
Which is why I would have supported, and many people disagree, some sort of curfew while contact tracing is being done.
Yes, but why would you disagree with that?
A lot of people disagree with that.
How? And everybody moving.
Yeah, because we also have to.
Everybody go home at 6 o'clock.
There's some people that are on the extreme train, meaning just lockdown. You know, some people's solution.
No, I'm talking about 24 hours. I'm talking about curfew.
Well, yeah.
From 6 p.m. till 6 a.m. Well, with it.
Well, that is what we discussed that, and I think even in the chat when we were talking about it, I was suggesting, well, if they get to a point where there's obvious spread, meaning like outside of the family of the initial case, then you look. That's what I'm saying. So you look for a curfew at that point.
And then we are on
the same page. Yeah.
And then we've cancelled events, but we have restaurants open serving food.
Yeah.
All it takes is one waitress or waiter to have the virus from one of these original cases and serve 100 meals.
Yeah, and
then you have no idea who buy the meals.
Yeah, I think what happens, like I said, there's a couple of things going on here. I do believe that the government, and this is an assumption, but I do believe the government probably getting some real pressure from the chamber. I think that's one.
Yes, I hear.
Oh, so I may even hear that, but that would just.
Well, I feel that there's something else too.
Okay.
I got the juice,
yeah, I mean, I believe that's one. Two, I believe that, again, we're in a different position now. So in terms of the availability of the vaccine. So for instance, like I was looking for a step up in availability, meaning just like how yesterday was a holiday and they opened up the health centers,
right?
Like things like that, they're going to think. And I think they said like 100 and something people vaccinated yesterday.
Listen,
right?
As I remember, I told you we're going to hit the 50% mark before the month finished, and you told me no.
But that was last month, Jade.
No. Yeah?
Yes, Jade.
Where's it now? April?
Oh, that was this one. But I still was correct.
Okay. You're you're doing
good.
Yeah. But I do believe that just like how there's some things that are sparking people to go to the vaccination centers, like this is just another one. CPL, we see a jump right after the CPL was announced. Like right after we hear 46, 47, 48 down to 50 or 52, wherever we are now, we can see another spark. But I do want to say that this isn't unexpected. Like to me, this is expected. I think we did well to last this long without having the breaches.
I
right?
I said it just this morning. We had a very good one.
Hey, Hey,
one of the best in the world.
and one of the things that's interesting to me, like, as much as we don't make joke and say those don't put things and St Kitts blessed and so, things that just happen to work out so kind of weird, right, for St Kitts. Imagine, right, we don't have no midterm break for schools. We announce it the exact same weekend when there's a chance of outbreak in the schools. A whole holiday weekend. So it's like, how things are just kind of fall in place for us. But whoever praying, keep praying, yeah?
For now.
Yeah. No, but even so, to be honest, I'll be totally honest, I was still in Jade, but like, expect more cases.
Yeah.
But no,
Definitely.
but I mean, to be hearing that we getting, you know, like 2 a day, 4 a day, 6 a day, like, to me,
and you know, this
that they ain't as bad as it could have been, by, to be totally honest.
But you see, it always starts out like this. It was 1 a day, then 2 a day. Now it's and the numbers are just gonna keep increasing. It's just gonna go from
yesterday.
Don't
be surprised if today they come back and say we have 15 new cases.
20.
Yeah, but I hope nothing. Don't be surprised if it happens.
No, but you won't be surprised. You won't be surprised.
No, a lot of people will. Because a lot of people
panic
and believe this is happening. You know, like you see when we said don't read comments, not accidentally. I went on Facebook.
This is your fault, Jade.
It is, truly. And I read some statuses and comments. I am worried.
Yo, sensible people,
I'm worried because...
them 6 cases yesterday, people panicking them. I was with people who legit, like, after they're like, yo, yeah, right? Like, they just zone out and just like, bye. I'm frightened, like... Suppose we live in, like, Trinidad and Jamaica.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't have a problem with acknowledging that there's an issue, because, like we talk about all the time, the concern for me is getting to a point where we have a health system that's struggling to deal with the situation, right? So that's my thing. The panic. I mean, that was my issue last week when we were talking about people going to the stores and so. I don't have a problem with preparation. Like, I don't ever want to knock people for preparation. Like, if you anticipate something, the logical thing to do is to prepare ahead of time. That's like saying, wait till, let's say, the hurricane coming tomorrow to go shopping. No, buy a battery them now. You understand where I'm coming from? Prepare. And so the panic thing is a whole different situation. And I do think we're at a point now where we have some people who, for different reasons, panicking, but on the flip side, like you keep pointing out, there's some people who, thank you. Some people still think the same way.
They're standing strong in the belief, okay?
The amount of people who think that's like, this is a government ploy to get people to go take the vaccine.
And Azem. And the side of the coin that you are talking about, with the experience and the wealth of knowledge that we now have, is useless if you have a population that feel they're being tricked.
Yeah.
And that's how they feel.
That's wild.
So it's like the CMO and the task force could have all the information, all knowledge you want, and have all the things in place for plan B, plan C, code red, code yellow. But if the people don't care, it's irrelevant.
The thing about this, right, is just how the narratives not only skew in one direction, but they're so outrageous. And that's why I tell you we need to combat with our own sense of outrageousness.
Oh yeah, you didn't give any tips today. You have one for us?
Well, what I would say, I was speaking to somebody who took the vaccine yesterday, and reports coming back to me is that they've gotten the best sleep they've ever gotten since they were a babe. So if you're having trouble sleeping,
actually, no,
go take your vaccine.
Wait, this one mightn't be a
no, I'm telling you.
Fact.
I'm telling you.
My sleep was good too.
Yeah, boy.
I'm telling you. So if you're having trouble sleeping,
for
guys,
3 days, panel. my following 3 sleeps were absolutely amazing. I can't wait for the second dose. Okay, next week.
Yeah.
But when you say it for real, right? I didn't say that was like the best sleep I get in a long time.
It didn't knock it down, good job, right?
Yeah.
But you know the thing about it too. You know, usually when you sleep, like when you oversleep, you wake up with a headache and you feel sick and like, you know, I wake up fine.
Yep. But guys, we have some people who wanna call in. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T.
Yeah, good morning. How are you, man?
Morning. Very good.
You basically,
morning.
I I just want to get straight to the point, man. I just want to call in and wish my Twin Federation Islands good luck with this COVID virus situation amidst the minor community spread that I understand that you guys may have a community spread there now. This has been a debate from the outset, and people have the choice of taking the vaccine or not. I wasn't really a proponent of the vaccine, but once my pop's doctor told him, one day I took my pops to the doctor. Once his doctor told him he should take the vaccine, I made a personal decision to take the vaccine myself as well to protect him. And, I had some chills overnight, and I got like fatigued the next day when I went to work.
Yeah.
But overall, I think, my father, he seems like he did even better than me, and he's 93.
Wow.
And I wish him the best, man, because I had to take the vaccine to protect him, So our second dose was back in April 12th, and so far we're doing pretty well, man. I'm back to like 100%, man. And I noticed the narrative is now changing slightly in St Kitts and Nevis. I don't want you guys to go back into a lockdown, but it's all based on what you believe in, man. But me, I went to school, and I know we took vaccines in the past, and I very much believe in the science, bro. Because all these doctors that went to college and universities to study medicine. From listening to these programs coming through from the Federation, I've noticed that most of the medical officials there, they're going to root for the vaccine because these guys, that's what they did. They went to school to study medicine. It's nowhere that easily you're going to find a medical doctor who's going to talk against the vaccine. And the opposition leader there, I know he's a doctor himself. He stated clearly he's not against the vaccine, but they just wish that it was done in a different fashion. But all in all, the people of St Kitts and Nevis got to get together, bro. Y'all got to unite. It's only 52,000 people there, and that's the amount of people that has died in New York State and counting. And if this virus take a hold in the community there, it's going to be a total different situation. And I would just advise the masses of the people there not to just sit around and watch this thing changing. Prevention is better than cure. The narrative is now changing a little bit, at least. It start changing. But I believe the Prime Minister, he should just maybe get everybody on board, man. It's not too late. They need to make a move. This whatever is going on between them and the opposition, him and the opposition leader, and one or two other politicians there, they have to get past that, man. They got to put country above self, bro. The motto for St Kitts and Nevis is country above self, and I'm not seeing that happening right now, man. They need to get past that and put the health of the people forward and try to eradicate this thing, because the coronavirus, you're not going to realize that it's real until it hits home and take out some of your friends or your family members. But I just want to wish everybody the best, man, and just keep the faith, man. All right, that's my contribution.
All right, man, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, man.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. Thanks.
Country above self, eh?
I think he made a good point, because the country's motto is country above self, and I don't think that this pandemic is that's oppositions are made to oppose. That's what they do. But I don't think this is something that we need to go tit for tat on. It could be a collaborative effort. If you have a suggestion, you could present present the suggestions and stuff. But I just don't feel like this is time for opposition stuff.
Bro, the thing about it for me is like that's one of the things that's concerning for me, to be honest. I would have seen the like a presentation from Dr. Douglas about the response. At one point he was talking about he felt that he was being accused of not supporting people going for the vaccine or whatever, and
he was vocal about
yeah. But this is my thing too, like, and a lot of things that he said, I totally agree with. I agree with the need for education. I agree with the need to have targeted campaigns and all these things that you were saying. But at the same time, I think to myself, but you're a medical doctor. Like, these platforms, you have these platforms as leader of the opposition, as a medical doctor. Like, where is your voice in this? Whether or not you're part of whatever the government program is or not, right? Because one of the things was that, you felt that they weren't included as the opposition.
So launch your own campaign.
That's my whole thing. And not only that, there's more. The chairman of the party is a medical doctor, right?
Oh,
the leader of the party is a medical doctor,
and several doctors within the party.
And so looking for, okay.
As a matter of fact, the Labour Party come with doctors and immunity.
Yeah.
Bro, so it's like I'm really waiting to hear what the platform is, because it there's so much energy put into accusing, and the thing is, I think this would be a good thing for the party. I think
it'll be a wonderful.
And I don't believe, but who advising this?
Listen to me. If the Labour Party came together and launched a campaign that they thought would work best in terms of education, dissemination of information, and use their outlets, they have radio stations, they have their mouthpieces on social media, they have their propagandists.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they have 2 members of parliament.
I
launch a campaign.
That's what
Dr. Douglas.
Serious talk.
If Timothy is so wrong, show him how to do it.
And the thing about it, right? The thing about it, I'm listening to what he said, and I'm agreeing with some of the stuff he's saying. About how things could have been handled or whatever. I say, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
yeah.
Okay, so what are you doing?
So now what?
Yeah. So
as a matter of fact, I agree with them both. When Timothy said like his silence is a disservice to the country.
Yeah,
it is.
You're right.
And he's saying, well, I turned down my help and I doing this thing wrong. Okay. Now what?
It is still country, but why is this our country?
We politicize everything.
You know why? Because
I don't think it needs to be politicized. Like I said, do your own campaign. If your supporters are looking at you for
guidance,
the prompt, give them the prompt. You say, do your part. Because to be quite honest, it does not feel like you are doing your part.
Bro.
And that's what it all boils down to. For a motto which says country above self,
there's nothing to stop Labour from having town halls and so on. Nothing,
Okay, bro, like this is so tense, right?
Encourage your supporters, give them information. If they're not listening to political members because of the political stance they hold or whatever party it is, then you be that voice they're waiting for.
But my thing is this, Kevon, I've seen and I've heard people literally refer to the vaccine as Tim vaccine. As a matter of fact, there's one lady who went to get the vaccine, and when she come out, people from a village ask her, "Oh, you gonna take Tim vaccine?" And I'm just like, that is how political,
how does a
politicized
globally made vaccine become Tim's vaccine? What does Tim have to do with the vaccine?
It's more the vaccine, maybe.
And then we're going to say that we're not trying to educate and stuff, but these is the things that y'all taking from the education. Like, come on.
Yeah, but I mean, I just think we all have a part to play, because, like I was saying earlier, the loudest voices, it seems like, especially on a lot of the social media networks, are the voices who are against not only the vaccine, but who don't believe this thing exists, who don't believe, and those voices seem to be loudest on those.
But you know what the biggest issue is in terms of people not taking this thing serious? The whole philosophy that quote unquote COVID ain't in St Kitts.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And I see that every single day on social media.
Yeah.
But COVID in St Kitts, so why
take the vaccine? Why this? Why?
Timothy should have come out first and say COVID in St Kitts. Because it is. It is. And it always has been.
Yeah.
There was never a point where we had was there ever a point where we had all
That's true.
all cases recovered?
I don't know.
Yeah, there were a few
moments.
There were a few moments where we had
not for long though.
But no, not for long.
Never actually said that it's here. That's which is weird because people.
But they'll say we have active cases, but they're in quarantine. But we have a caller. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T.
Good morning,
congratulations, first of all, on the 1 year anniversary.
That's it.
Yes. Now, it is, I find, somewhat unfair to be targeting the opposition with this, because the opposition is a political party as well. I don't see the other parties, and we have a number of them in the Federation, being targeted like that and asking them to do the same things that you're asking the Labour Party to do, right? I think that this thing about people waiting on a particular personality or a particular party to tell them to take the vaccine is overblown, right? Because I am sure that it must be a very tiny minority of less than 1% who are going to not make the correct decisions on their health because of somebody else.
What?
It just goes against the grain. It goes against the grain of self-interest.
Bro.
Okay.
Well, okay, just hear me out.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying there aren't people like that. There are some people
right,
who are extremely ignorant and extremely
gullible.
Gullible, all of that, right? But we're 98% literate. I think the number of people like that is very tiny, and so I don't think they contribute to a whole lot to what's happening here. Okay. The fact is, we can only have one leader at a time, okay? And it seems kind of disingenuous to be saying, well, to be calling for an all-of-society approach when it is convenient. That is not how it works, right? If you're leading a country, you are supposed to make sure that everybody comes on board. Now, if they're reluctant, fine, right? But I did not see that kind of reluctance at the outset, right? What I saw was people refusing, although they paid lip service to it, refusing to adopt the all-of-society approach. I guess maybe it might have been because, well, they felt they were doing fine and wanted to hog all the credit, etc., okay? But that is what I saw at the outset. You don't leave out people at the front end and then try to bring them in at the back end.
Yeah, I know what you mean by, and people really, like you said, really does have the responsibility to make decisions for themselves by. Like, I really catch what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm sure nobody outside there would not want to make the right decisions for themselves and their family. I mean, in spite bordering on stupidity.
Even in cases where they may have been left out initially.
When you say in cases where they may have been left out initially, what do you mean?
No, you said people,
look at people now, right? The fact that the vaccination rates were falling and so on. I don't think that was because they were waiting for anybody to tell them to go and take a vaccine, right? They made a personal decision whether they're afraid of vaccines generally, or they didn't think that it was that urgent to do it then, or they were waiting for other vaccines, or a multiple of other reasons, right? But it seems kind of strange that now one opposition element is being targeted. It sounds almost as if they're being blamed for the fact that some people didn't take the vaccine or haven't taken it yet. Okay, and I'm saying that is not the case. Most people, less than 1%, would actually have the temerity to do something like that. Okay, once they feel that their health is good for their health, they would do the right thing. I don't think, I think the blame, that's what it almost sounds like, on the opposition is unwarranted. Okay,
So do you
said one leader at a time.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that? Not only Dr. Douglas, but doctors in general have a responsibility to make their voice heard in regards to their position on the vaccine?
Absolutely, but then remember, just like you normally say, there are face of the show, right, who are in leadership even among the doctors, who we expect to be making those pronouncements. I don't know how many doctors there are in St. Kitts, but I'm pretty sure, and 90% I think it was said of them have taken the vaccine, right? But I'm pretty sure you have not heard from 90% of them.
No, but do all of them have the same platform? Do all of them have the same platform, though?
No, all of them don't, right? But so
do you believe those with a platform should use their platform?
Well, and don't they do it in their way? You see, you're saying that
excuse
they
me?
use the platform to essentially push the government line. But that is not necessarily what one should use the platform for. If, for instance, as you just pointed out, take the case of Dr. Douglas, you mentioned that you agreed with some of the things he was saying, okay? I don't think I recall him saying that people should not take the vaccine. He's saying people should be more educated about it, etc., etc., okay?
Yeah, that was the point I was making.
He should come straight out.
No, the point I was making is that he's suggesting that education is needed. More education is needed. My position is, as a medical doctor with a platform, who is also a political leader
and a member of parliament,
should use that platform to do some of the same education that he's talking about. If you disagree, then
I agree.
Okay, but that's all I was saying.
My understanding was that he did that at a constituency meeting. For instance, if you're saying he should be more visible on public radio, maybe the government should give the opposition more access to public radio, public media generally, to promulgate whatever it wishes to promulgate, including health matters. Okay? So there's a say one, say two situation here, right? But generally I'm saying, okay, do not pass this off as opposition reluctance to support what is right on this issue, to get to herd immunity, because that is the narrative I think is being channeled, that opposition and the supporters.
By whom? Just to clarify, by whom? By the government?
Well,
by me.
But by government, but by the government supporters.
Okay.
Saying that the opposition supporters and the opposition don't want the country to get to herd immunity because it would make the government look good. And I'm saying that is just as extreme a position and just as irresponsible to say as those who would say, I'm not taking the government, the vaccine because it's going to make the government look good. Both are extreme positions and both are bad, I think. It doesn't help the situation.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, then.
Thank you very much, sir. Well, a few things. I was taking notes. a few things. The caller made a comment about, there only being one leader, and there can only be one leader. I disagree.
Big time.
There can only be one prime minister, but there can be several leaders, and they all play their role, and they all should play their role. And secondly, he also mentioned that on the front end, there was some resistance by the government to accept the help of the opposition. So why they wanted to come on the back end to ask for help. And my answer to that is that would give Labour a grand opportunity to actually rebuild the trust and regain the confidence of the people of St Kitts and Nevis, if that is what they want to do. right? This isn't a time to say, oh, well, I didn't call us last week when we was calling, so don't call us now.
If that is the position, that saddens me greatly, to be honest. If that is the position. I don't know if that is actually exactly.
I don't know if that's the position.
I don't know if that's the
but I do remember, especially Dr. Joe was very vocal about offering to help and being shut down, right? Mm-hmm. But if now what they're saying is don't come back to them to ask for the help because it wasn't taken before, I hope that's not the case, but it shouldn't be so.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
It shouldn't be so.
I wouldn't hope so.
And with regard to the comment about less than 1% of people going to actually take heed to what any political leader would say and actually follow the direction, that is absolutely incorrect.
Bro, but the whole point...
In 1993, the same Douglas led hundreds of people down to Church Street to our Simmons.
But bro, the whole point, with that whole thing to me don't... Because if you say make the right decision based for the healthcare, but when they're getting information that they're making a decision based on, how they know is the right one? Based on whoever they're listening to. And one of the issues that we having is that people are listening to all sorts of sources. That's one of the biggest problems we have in people getting the information from all over the place and making decisions based on that. So if you have a trusted voice, if there's a voice that you trust, then how could you
Douglas?
How could you then downplay the impact?
Some would even argue that the majority of the country just in terms of popular vote for the prime ministership.
Right.
So why not use it? I don't.
Yeah, because we've been very critical here. We've been very critical in regards to the response of the government, and suggesting ways in which we could really try and boost the let's say lessen the hesitancy, right? These are our ways. Like we all have a responsibility. If we come here every day, talk on the radio, and all we do is just say, we are 37% today, and move on. Yes, we have that choice, but we also are not sure where people come and listen to us for our opinions, and so we should have an opinion. If we have an opinion on this,
and my opinion is that the leader of the opposition is a member of parliament, and at the end of the day, he answers to the people who put him there. And I am urging and I am humbly beseeching upon him, if you disagree with the way that the government has rolled out this vaccine, if you disagree with the methods or the lack thereof of education as it relates to the vaccine, launch your own campaign with the support of your colleagues to fix the problem or to at least assist the problem. Remaining silent is an injustice.
And you see, this is the thing that is interesting to me. Like the conversations when you choose to then come on your platform and speak, and you speak purely from a political sense, like that to me is unfortunate. It's unfortunate all around, whether it's done by the government, the opposition, whoever. Like there are some things that I believe should supersede politics, right? Healthcare is one of them. Children is one of them. Education is one of them, right? That is why I think I said it here when Charles Wilkin was here the other day. I said this problem is these things don't even surprise me no more.
Nope.
After I sat back and I look at how the Bastille High School situation played out in the media, like it was obvious to me that there were some things that just don't trump politics. And there's hardly anything that does. As a matter of fact, I'm struggling to find one.
That's what I mean. Like everything has to be seen from a political standpoint. Like even now, right? We're talking about different things, and if you ask the comments, like no matter what we say, they aim it towards either the government. Or
here we are trying to. We have. I think we're having a conversation that's basically saying, let's focus on the country, and in the same breath, we back to politicizing it again. Like,
if national heroes there, they're like two different ceremonies.
We're supposed to be country.
The same heroes.
We're supposed to be country of themselves.
I think the original, well not original, like the caller had said, I think it's just so ironic that for a country that screams country above self, we do the exact opposite.
It was never the case. Well,
it's an ideal for us to aim to.
Yes, okay.
It's an ideal, but it's just like we don't even try to get the ideal. It's just like it's like a free for all.
As in, we haven't begun to work to be there yet.
Obviously.
Oh boy.
Nothing. It's so well that we can't ever have anything that is equal or everybody on the same page when it comes to anything.
Look,
like this is a serious health issue, you know.
Machi, I don't even have an issue with people not being on the same page, right? That ain't my thing. Like
people will forever be on different pages forever.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Do it in a way
but towards what end? What is the goal here? When you open your mouth to speak, what is the goal? Right? What is the goal?
But I think this is an issue that's rooted beyond politics. I think this whole politicization of the COVID-19 pandemic in St Kitts and Nevis has little to do with the actual politics and more to do with a rift between the two leaders of the two parties.
So that needs fixing first and then everything.
That needs fixing first. Everything is going to fall in place. If Timothy and Douglas are willing to sit down in a room and agree to a truce, at least till the pandemic is over, everything will be all right.
At least until the pandemic is over.
Yeah.
Small wins.
Yeah.
Small wins.
Right now, because the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
And right now, COVID-19 is the enemy of Labour and of Team Unity.
Yeah.
So if they unite under the flag of let me defeat this thing together, then we'll be in a much better place, and you will see more collaboration, and you will see, Timothy embracing the Labour construct, and most importantly, them embracing him because they, how do you feel about him?
Yeah, I think that we at a very interesting place now, because I believe that, and I think I said it here before, and I could be wrong, it's just based on my observation, that the idea, like when we started dealing with COVID-19 and the issues we were having and things like that, I think that people had very well segmented roles in regards to the response. The political leaders had their issue, the medical professionals had their position, and I think those were very well separated. I think once we got the vaccine, I think those lines became a bit blurry. And so I think that in itself really helped shape the narrative that we have now. So where we are now is the fact, guys, that we are in a very peculiar position. Each of us have to do our part to try and limit the spread of the virus. Vaccines are available. If possible, go out and take your jab. If you're not gonna do that, then please at least limit social interaction, social distance, wear your mask, sanitize.
And don't let nobody cough in all your fears.
because you see, we have multi, when we have the press conferences, they talk about the pharmaceutical and the non-pharmaceutical route. The pharmaceutical route is your vaccine. But if you don't want to do that for whatever reason you choose, there are non-pharmaceutical routes you still should take, which is like we just said, washing your hand, the mask, sanitization,
and stay home.
You can be all, you don't have to do it if you don't want to do it. It's a choice. However, being responsible is a part of not deciding to take the vaccine. You still have to be responsible, because doing nothing puts everybody at risk.
Yeah,
and they're gonna take it serious until we have deaths. But until then,
which is the sad part, because it seems like figures of public figures need to start dropping down for people to be like, me, I'm it real. Like, did we not just see the world implode like last year?
No, they're gonna just say, well, people just do that all the time.
And that's why I believe the Prime Minister
people only started dead when COVID come. The amount of nonsense here.
The PM should implement the curfew in the night until they finish tracking down these things.
Yeah, I think, but I do think we get into that point. Some people, like Amali saying, feel that we are already at that point. So
we were at that point last week Tuesday.
Yeah, that's yeah.
From the time the woman was tested positive, and we know she went and bus and went doctor, and so curfew immediately. Because that means people are already infected, and the numbers this week are reflecting that. It's not rocket science. From the get-go, the one thing we know about COVID, the one thing, if you didn't know anything else about it, about effects and timing and thing, the one thing we knew is that it moves with people.
Right.
You stop people from moving, the virus stops moving. Is 1 + 1 = 2 when it comes to that. Call the curfew, Timothy. Not lockdown and 24 hours and thing, a little night curfew. Tell the restaurants that they can only do pick-up only, no more in dining. The restaurant staff have to wear their gloves, etc., etc. Let me take this thing serious, because at this rate,
and then this is now a moment for the task force and police officers to be enforcing. Like there's other priorities than tint. Like, how about you put the tint officers to do some patrolling, make sure the buildings are not at capacity, make sure distances are met, make sure protocols are being followed.
I know you want to focus on something minor like COVID.
But I got some news yesterday before we wrap up.
Because we can tint COVID.
I got some news yesterday before we wrap up that people should know. Remember, we used to say justice for Jekwan. I just said,
yeah.
Well, he's receiving justice, and the council I spoke to go and look into the matter and represent him, has taken the case, and it has begun.
Oh, justice for Jekwan. But guys, we're gonna have to wrap up. We're already over time. So happy 1 year anniversary to Island Tea and everybody that logs in and tunes in on the radio daily. Big up to the listeners who hear daily. Big up to the first time listeners. Hopefully you're here with us again tomorrow. And yeah, we really appreciate it. It wouldn't really be possible without you guys coming in and being a part of this thing for so long.
Bless up all yourself.
Bless up all yourself.
Manners and respect.
Yeah, thanks Hanley for coming in today. Big part of why we're here.
It was lovely.
And Kevon, the Duke of Frigate Bay, aka Prosecco Papi, aka Slim God, aka Chapstick Don. Big up yourself one time.
Chapstick Don?
Yeah.
I said me ass.
Let the people know we got for them.
But remember, you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug.
Amen.
See you tomorrow.